Hey everybody, Pete Meyer at Motor Age Magazine here with another edition of In the Workshop. Today we're going to talk about leak detection, and specifically with someone who knows leak detection, our new friend Lee Morrison. Lee Morrison is the Director of R&D for Redline Detection, makers of the popular Smoke Pro series of leak detection equipment. Lee, how you doing today?
How you doing, Pete? Thanks a lot for having me today.
No, I appreciate you taking the time, of course, to share what you know with our readers. Let's talk a little bit first about Redline and the Smoke Pro and a little bit about where all that started from. So let's talk about the Smoke Pro family itself.
All right. Well, I mean, the great thing about the smoke and the smoke technology is it all started out, I mean, obviously primarily for EVAP and detecting leaks in EVAP systems, but progressed into being able to use it in such a wide variety of aspects, whether it's checking for leaks in intake systems, checking for leaks in exhaust systems. I mean, you can go as far as using them to check for leaks in coolant systems and passenger cabs as well. So the variety of things that this technology can do is really, really vast in the automotive truck industry.
Yeah, and I understand that here at Apex, you guys debuted some brand new technology called the Power Smoke Pro. Tell us all about that.
Well, the great thing about Power Smoke Pro is it's brand new technology. It's really awesome, exciting technology. In fact, we're the only ones that make this technology so far. You can't get it anywhere else. The big thing about it, it's not a replacement for your standard EVAP smoke machine. It's kind of a separate machine to run alongside of it, as far as higher volume, higher pressure systems that the standard EVAP machine just can't keep up. Your standard machine is approximately 13 inches of water column or a half a PSI, as where the Power Smoke Pro is variable pressure all the way up to 20 PSI, or 40 times the amount of pressure as your standard EVAP machine, roughly 4 to 5 times the amount of volume. So it really helps out in the larger volume systems.
What instances where would I need that kind of pressure and to look for leaks? What kind of scenarios are you building this tool to meet?
The technology was primarily based around the need for boosted or forced induction vehicles, your turbo diesels, some supercharged applications, but it's primarily for your larger volume but high pressure applications where if you're checking for a leak in an intercooler or charge air ducting, you're simply not going to have the pressure and the volume from a standard EVAP machine to find it, which is what this new technology is primarily based around.
Basic layout of the machine, got our smoke chamber, smoke button, flow control knob, system pressure, regulated pressure, regulator adjustment knob, and your flow meter. All you have to do is hook up the 12 volts to the car. You got your AC and DC selection switch on the back for AC current or DC current. Right now we're using DC current. You have your air inlet where you would hook up your shop air. So the green light being on says that we have a good power connection. So to turn the smoke on, you simply press the button and start your 10-minute cycle. After that, you just have to install our easy intake adapter. Hook up our smoke hose, turn the machine back on, and turn on our flow, and start looking for a leak.
Tell me a little bit more about the differences between the Power Smoke Pro and the conventional Smoke Pro, and more specifically, what applications do you guys see techs using this new tool for?
The Power Smoke Pro is variable pressure basically from 0 to 20 PSI, adjustable range in between. So you've got 40 times the amount of pressure at your fingertips for checking higher volume or higher pressure systems. On the volume side, we've got 4 to 5 times the amount of volume. So comparatively, a 5-gallon bucket to a 55-gallon drum, and how quickly it will take to fill that system with a substantial amount of pressure. Yeah, it's really exciting new technology. It's never been done before. The biggest reason, obviously, was the need for all of these forced induction engines. I mean, as far as the turbo diesel goes, we're looking at probably, I think, a 30 to 40% growth over the next 4 to 5 years for these smaller turbo diesels engines in the States as well as overseas. But the applications don't just stop at turbo diesels. I mean, it crosses over to gas engines. You could use this on naturally aspirated, provided you're not using it on evap. If you dial the pressure back for, say, looking for an intake leak to 2 or 3 psi for the lower vacuum-operated systems as opposed to pressure-operated systems. It's making its way into heavy truck as well, where there really has never been any smoke technology brought to that industry. We've got a tool out now with this technology that can work on those very high volume, very high pressure systems for your over-the-road trucks, your off-road agricultural equipment that really never had a way of diagnosing problems until now. For a long time, the only way to find leaks in these systems was, I hate to say it, but pressure and soapy water. I don't really like to put the terms technician and soapy water in the same sentence, so there was a real need to come out with a technology to help the technicians diagnose these problems and get the cars back on the road. So to find exhaust leaks is becoming increasingly problematic. So with this equipment, you can install our Easy Intake, one of the accessories that comes with it, in the tailpipe and induce 5 all the way up to 20 psi of smoke into the exhaust system and visually see your leak instead of having to chase it with a vehicle running, trying to find where the air pressure is coming out. You'll actually be able to physically diagnose the leaks now, where you could never really do that before.
Yeah, sure, and that's not only just to the diesel power plants, but a lot of the gasoline cars.
Exactly.
Worry about the exhaust leaks because they can be hidden behind heat shields in the flex tubing areas that you're not going to see, visibly just doing a visual inspection. So being able to add a little more push, and I've done that. I've taken the evap tester and then threw an air hose, after I filled the exhaust up. To get some more, like you said, pressure in the system, but you raise a good point. You do that, but then you have such a small volume, really, of smoke in the system that you get rid of that quickly. So this tool is going to give you the ability to adjust the pressure for the application that you're going to use it on. Allows it to troubleshoot things that we couldn't troubleshoot as easily before with our existing smoke equipment, and to adjust the pressure to meet the need of those tougher jobs. Sounds like a pretty good tool to me.
But I mean, again, this technology is not for evap. This is a separate technology that will run alongside it in the shop.
Well, Lee, one more thing. Guys who are watching, texting, and shop owners who are interested in learning more about the product, where do they go?
Well, Pete, for more information on the technology and all the products that Redline offers, you can visit www.redlinedetection.com and view all the products and equipment that we offer.